Is it just me, or does anyone else hate seeing these pampered princes wearing a ridiculous number of medals? Neither one of these men have seen active combat, and yet here they are, laden down with 10 at least medals. Not even Fotis has done that yet. What are they for? Pruning rose bushes? Driving a biracial American woman out of the country? Being the world's worst grandfather? Using excessive force to break a dog bowl? For planting all of those stories in the Daily Mail all these years? Largest briefcase full of cash award? For the most number of stolen jewelry in their vault? I don't know. Give me your worst takes. I'd love to see them. You think it was Frosty because he doesn't want the job? Or because no one showed up to watch him not want the job? It's annoying because it doesn't mean anything. What is the initiative? To appreciate nature? That's fine, girl, but I mean, there's so much more you can actually do with the power that you have. For example, making a very big project about cancer. Instead, this broad is telling us to go touch grass. Cool. Good job. Last week, William said he would never talk about Harry again. Until this week, that is. I hear more about his thoughts on Harry than about any of his initiatives. This dude can't even heal his own hands before it's too late. But what is interesting to me is that both of his sons have now made different comments saying that he probably doesn't have long. William keeps talking about what he's going to do when he's king. And Harry just made a plea on the BBC because he knows that there isn't much time left. So no, I don't think Charles is going to heal the rift before it's too late. All the privilege and all the tutors and all the money in the world can't make a king. Especially one who doesn't want to be king. All this man wants to do is watch football. And he can't even bring two brain cells together to think, how do I get people to not think I'm work shy? Do you think I should work more? How dare King Charles use Beyonce, the most famous black woman in the world, as a prop when he wouldn't even have a half-black woman in his own family? We already know whose side she's on.
Prince William and Princess Catherine attended their first garden party of the year at Buckingham Palace yesterday, hosting on behalf of the king. This marks the first garden party in 2 years for the princess. She missed events as she underwent cancer treatment. She is now in remission.
Brownies, they didn't make it home.
Hey, Amy, good morning. Yeah, just as Prince Charles is starting to take on more responsibilities and step in for the Queen, this is shining a spotlight on him for all the wrong reasons, with some papers here calling it his cash in bags controversy.
The future king, Prince Charles, facing scandal. The UK's charity regulator saying this morning they're, quote, reviewing the information around the prince's acceptance of cash donations from Qatar's former prime minister. The Sunday Times reporting this weekend the prince had accepted more than $3 million in cash donations. According to the paper, between 2011 and 2015, the prince received a suitcase full of money on one occasion and carrier bags of cash on another. The money going to his charity, his spokesperson confirming the donation, saying charitable donations received from Sheikh Hamad bin Asim were passed immediately to one of the prince's charities who carried out the appropriate governance and have assured us that all the correct processes were followed. But there are now growing calls for the prince's behavior to be investigated. The UK's charity regulator saying, we are aware of reports about donations received by the Prince of Wales's charitable fund. We will review the information to determine whether there is any role for the Commission in this matter.
The optics on this look very bad for him because it questions his judgment as to why he's accepting money, large sums of money, in cash.
The prince's charities have been involved in scandal before. The Met Police launching an investigation earlier this year into one of Charles's most senior aides, accused of offering honors to a Saudi businessman in exchange for donations. The police have yet to announce their findings. The Prince of Wales has always maintained he was unaware of any malpractice.
You have to be squeaky clean. He has to now act more like a monarch and less like an heir to the throne if he wants that role as king.
With the Queen 96 and increasingly frail, the heir to the throne is stepping in for Her Majesty more often, representing the Queen during a visit to Rwanda just last week.
I know Her Majesty the Queen stands with us all.
He and his wife Camilla, the future Queen, front and center for the Jubilee. And Charles opening Parliament for the first time back in May, reading the speech on his mother's behalf.
And guys, we do expect Prince Charles to join his mother, the Queen, for Royal Week up in Scotland. Now, there were concerns the Queen wasn't going to make it this year because of her ongoing mobility issues. But just this morning, we saw pictures of the Queen. She has safely made it up to Edinburgh, where more members of the royal family are expected to join her later this week. Amy?
All right, Maggie, thanks so much. Michael?
All right. So, because he'd been doing this as he entered the train, and he'd been dropped. The BBC knew about him because he was kept well away from children in need, although he wanted to do it. So people knew about this guy, but no one did anything about it. And people told Charles, and he wouldn't listen to them. But he also had dealings with a Turkish millionaire, Semuzan, and if that's a correct pronunciation, who paid £200,000 to sit next to either him or his wife at some do. You know, that's a big sum to pay. Well, you know, he turned out to be a rather dodgy character. Then you've got this image of Charles accepting 3 million euros, 2.6 million pounds, in Fortnum Mason carrier bags, or a holdall from the former Qatari Prime Minister as a donation to his charities. And I'm perfectly sure that the money went to his charities. The Prince's Trust and so on, I'm perfectly sure that went in the right direction. But, you know, did he not stop to think, as Prince of Wales that he then was, the image of this 2.6 million euros in Fortnum Mason carrier? Okay, it wasn't Tesco's, but it was Fortnum Mason. But even so, you know, what did that look like? It looked like a mafia boss receiving money. You just don't do that when you're in that position as Prince of Wales. And there's been other examples too. So, you know, he's not a good judge of character. And, you know, I reported him to the police eventually, because of a letter signed by his sidekick, with whom he's got an extremely close relationship, Michael Fawcett. Yeah. Michael Fawcett's letter, in black and white, basically said, if you give some money to the Prince's charity, we'll help you with your nationality application, and we'll we'll try and get you an honour bumped up.
Wow. So for like immigrants coming in, if you help with the charity,
yeah, we'll try and get you your nationality sorted out, and you can also we'll bump your honour up if someone already will bump it up to the next level. Well, you know, and it was there in black and white. I took it to the Metropolitan Police. It took about 18 months to do nothing, and then said they weren't going to do anything about it. I mean, it's just absolutely shocking. And you know, you compare that with what happened in 2003, I think it was, when I was an MP, and Peter Mandelson, who was then 2001, I think it might have been, was then Dome Minister, the Millennium Dome, before it became the O2. And he'd been scrabbling around for money for different zones, the Millennium Dome. And he'd found most difficulty in getting money for the Faith Zone. And he finally got £1 million, I think it was.
His stepmother, then he has a wife who is completely and continually trashed by the media, including your good self, if I may say, when in fact she was on a world stage doing a lot of good for a lot of people before she met this guy. And I am just sick to death of the bashing that this woman gets. Everybody's happy to say the bashing that the other royal family members get. Hardly any of you mention Andrew.
However, if being a royal is so terrible that it's fine for them to slag off the royal family, why don't they just leave? Why don't they renounce their titles? Why does she insist on being a duchess still? Why does he insist on still being a duke? And I'll tell you why I think the answer to that is, and then I'll let you respond. It's because they know they need to be relevant and royal enough to be able to monetize
Do you honestly think that they would go away? Do you honestly think that they would disappear from view if they just became For a start, we refer to them mostly as Harry and Meghan Markle. So we don't talk on this show and go, the Duchess of whatever, what is she? The Duchess of
Sussex.
There you go. Couldn't even remember. The Duchess of Sussex and the Duke of Sussex. We don't even refer to them as that. So it's actually irrelevant if they are called us. I don't think it would be the end of their lives if they didn't have them, but they have them so they can.
But it damages the
crown. Remember as well. Can we talk about how much work? Why do we never talk? Why do we never go and interview the veterans, the people who participate and are involved in the Invictus Games, of which Harry has changed the lives of so many people, supported by Meghan? Why don't we talk about some of the amazing causes that Meghan does on a daily basis for the United Nations and other great big corporations around the world?
You know, Denise, you have been, and I say this with love, round the block enough times to know that if they are slagging off the royal family, that's always going to be...
Oh my God, Christo, listen to me. They're not slagging off the royal family. Right, for a start, why is the royal family... I love the royal family. I'm a great royalist, but you've got to remember, they know a lot about why they left that we are not privy to, that they can't talk about, because believe you me, I am sure that if they really wanted to slag off the royal family, and you know what I'm talking about, Christo, if they really wanted to slag off the royal family, they would slag off the royal family, right? There are a lot of sitting ducks there that they could take out.
But is it fair they make money out of okay, maybe not to the extent that they could.
They're not making money out of it.
Of course they are. Do you think Netflix would give them £100 million if they didn't know they were going to get dirt on the royal family and they didn't have their titles? Harry's got a book coming out, 2 books.
We're picking out this dirt on the royal family, going through a whole article she wrote, and picking out one little line where she said Harry lost his father.
No, there's more than one line I can give you in that article that I've got a problem with. She also goes on to say that she doesn't talk about, doesn't ever read the press, but then also gives interviews saying how terrible the press is about her.
To be honest, you'd have to live in a bunker. You'd have to live in a mountainside bunker and be Meghan Markle, whether or not you read the press. I'll tell you what, Christo, I don't know if it's happened to you or not, but it certainly happened to me in a very tiny, minor, minuscule, unimportant way. But many times over my life, I've courted controversy, some not deserved, some completely deserved, in my drinking days. When you are the centre of a press storm, you think that everybody in the whole world, it's a minority of people who are on that journey with you, for good or bad. But it's the most horrible, horrible time when you are at the centre of a press storm and everybody hates you, even if it's deserved. It's horrendous. But that storm blows over and life goes on, and But she has that every single day with this country. And if you look back, right, if you look back, I know you say that you love Meghan and all of this stuff, and other people.
I did.
Absolutely, Christo. Listen, I've known you a long time. I know that you did, and I appreciate your points. But the fact is that if you look back over the way that, for example, when the pregnancies were happening, the way that if Kate Middleton touched her bump, she was cradling her precious child. When Meghan cradled her bump, she was doing it for attention because she spotted the cameras on her. Now that is a fact.
If you're saying to me that do I think everything that's ever been written about her was fair, absolutely not. But also Sarah Ferguson, Kate Middleton herself, Dorsta Manuel was her nickname. Many of the royal women, rightly or wrongly, have received bad press, but Meghan is the only one that has gone on the record repeatedly to say how terrible it is. Firstly, secondly, I'll give you another line. I'll give you another line from this article that I think that is dishonest. She says that if she lived in the UK, she wouldn't be able to pick her children up from school because of the Royal Press Corps, which apparently also used the N-word about her. Well, firstly, no royal article ever used the N-word about her, number one. And secondly, William and Kate pick up their children from school constantly, and there is an understanding between the royal press and them that they can do that. But still, she's not telling the truth.
William and Kate pick up their children from school, and if there's any press about it, which sometimes there is, it's look at the joyous occasion of a normal...
No, they have released the pictures because they have chosen to release the pictures, so she's talking rubbish.
Picking up their beautiful children from school. If Meghan Markle did, it would would be, look at her, craving attention, going to the school gate. The girl cannot do anything right, no matter what she does. And the amount of attention on finding out her lies is an utter disgrace.
Hello, my people, Lady Rosie here. How y'all doing? All my new subscribers, you're welcome. And my returning subscribers, y'all know I love you. Did you guys see the article I posted about Bulliam's new action? Actually, new lawyer. He's a mama's lawyer. Apparently, he's wanting to take everything in the royal family in a more serious way. For all those 40 years, he never taken anything serious until now. He has never taken anything serious in that on that island. What are these people trying to tell us? Well, they just need to come clean. Because did y'all guys see, I saw lots of my queens did right underneath the video that I posted the other day about Mambo's, where Mambo's went and mumbled somewhere there. Those videos were made by our wonderful brother Martin, the Minister of Hacks. Happy birthday, brother. I did stop by your page there on TikTok and wished you a happy birthday, and lots of squatties did also. So we do wish you a happy birthday. You're a wonderful human being, and just remain great. God bless you, brother Martin, the Minister of Hacks. So Mambo's, I just couldn't put that video for y'all guys to watch. Damn, that lady is something. She's not a lady, she's a girl. That girl is something else. She is so immature. She is so whatever. Whoever took that girl and prepared her to become a queen did not do her service. Because I tell you, baby, if that's what teaching people to become a queen looks like, let me just remain in the psychology. Let me just remain in my psychologist's skin. Because I tell you, that skin of hers, of becoming future head of state, where you can't even express yourself, girl, you need some other thing more than the public speaking training. Whatever training they do give y'all guys before you become leaders on this planet, man, you probably need to look for Barack Obama's teachers from Harvard. You need to look for Barack Obama's teacher, because that guy can talk. He's a real leader. He convinces anybody. He still analyzed some other leaders around the world, and he made it sound like a look good. He can defend himself, and don't mistaken, that dude is a lawyer. But you guys are want to become a wannabe head of state without even elections. You were just there, leeches, welfare recipients, nonsense people, but believing on other people's bloods of our ancestors. You sold them and did everything that y'all did. Why to colonize them? That's what you living off of there. All those Buckingham, whatever you call them, all those Kensington, whatever you call it, Kensington, all those ones there. The blood of our ancestors. I'm just saying, I'm just reminding you, ain't no time you're gonna be happy on this planet with the blood of those sacred people who gave birth to us. No, you ain't never gonna be happy, and you ain't never gonna learn how to speak. And that you boy, that you mean is doing what he's doing. I'm really liking it. Well, maybe damn, what are you trying to do with that divorce lawyer? I'm just waiting for that announcement. I remember that announcement that was made by Queen Lizzie when I was little. About Princess Diana. I never really knew what was really happening back then, because I was probably just very naive. I was like 10 something years old, something like that, very little. So I just remember, I never knew what divorce was back then though. But when I grew up and everybody around Europe would be talking about y'all guys' mess, and I started learning about those mess. And I was paying more close attention to that mess when our Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex, when they got married on there. Because the Duchess of Sussex looks exactly like some of my aunties. So I was like, yeah, it looks like somebody who actually looked like my family member got into that place there. So I'm going to give them kind of grace. I ain't going to be saying lots of stuff about them. I'll be like a little bit nice because they kind of accepted black blood into that place. So I thought them mothers were good. Until those people started popping out here. Till Prince Archie was born, and y'all started comparing her to him to all those apes. You started comparing him to all those chimpanzees. But if you look at those chimpanzees' faces, they don't really look like nothing like our baby prince, our prince, the little one. No chimpanzee looks like a chimpanzee. Actually looks exactly like this guy who just fall off the chair. That guy, the other one, that dude from GB News. Which news he from? Yeah, from one of them news. That dude fall from chairs. And one of those, do you see all those Becky people? And you see all those Tommy people? Those people, they be looking like almost exactly like those one that they do call that orangutan. Yeah, you like that orangutan? Yeah. You can be finishing some kind of words here because you know them I on this app here, they get words really bad way. You know them around, you know around those ones there, you know them. Guys, y'all need to leave me alone, okay? You need to leave me alone. God, Reba, were you praying for me? Were you praying for me, Reba? You praying for me. Because my mouth just wanted it just wanted to destroy this part here. Them people be looking like them around. Yeah. So let's wait for whatever Bulliam is gonna be doing. And I'm very sure it's gonna be big declaration of divorce because that divorce has been done behind the closed door. Because look at those people's demeanor in public. I told you all guys, you do not want to go to no psych school to learn no human behavior. You do not need to go to the people. Yeah, that car was turning bad. You do not need to go to school for those people, the body language specialists. They have a school that they go to. They have courses that they do take to become those body language specialists. Or you can just be a simple psychologist like myself. Yeah, you can learn all those people. Do you look at the forensic science? How we kind of focus on all one of those areas sometimes in schools. Yes, we do, so we can learn human behavior. And when you pay close attention to Mambos, that kid ain't no happy. Yeah, that girl is miserable. That girl just never. Yeah, she probably need to look for her way back into Sir Richardson's arm or Prince Andrew still. Well, even though he's kind of like a do not know that one, the Dutch of. The Duchess of York, even though he's doing that one, but okay, Mamboton, you can still try your way back to his arms too. You know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, girl. But the bad thing, you know, that 42 ain't looking good on you. You know, those Botox stuff too, those stuff don't last. You know what? How to avoid all those Botox and stuff? Keep a smile on your face. Did you see how Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex looks? That girl looks smooth, and that girl, what, 44? I'll be playing with that one and that melanin. Oh my goodness, Dory, you bless that girl. Yes, that melanin does help. It helps a lot. So you mambos right now here, you've been out in nature. You gonna try yourself. You wanna get those stone on you. You wanna get some tan. It ain't gonna work because guess what? Did you not say that you had the precursorious mitochondria and ribosomes and nucleus and your cells. Oh, girl, please don't be letting me speak too scientific right now here. I'm gonna get people confused. So you say that in your mitochondria they found some kind of precursor cell, and that was kind of metastasizing in itself. Girl, please. You can't go out there to try to get some tan or you need, because he ain't gonna look good. But guess what? The Duchess of Sussex got that from her mama. She's so blessed, she's so beautiful, and you can't see no damn wrinkles in that girl's face. Her skincare routine, Duchess of Sussex. I've been looking for you, Royal Highness. I've been looking for that skincare that you do, but you know I don't be caring about all those expensive skin stuff because I don't believe in them. I believe in cocoa butter. I buy those cocoa butters from Walmart. They're $6, and they make my skin look like a baby. You should touch my skin. I tell you, hallelujah. And you know them crocodiles, them mambas, them people's skin be like crocodiles, because you know them skin and being exfoliated. That's why you get all them damn wrinkles on them damn faces. That's how you do it. But but it's easy. And you know that Sir Richard, that dude not be looking for some wrinkly ass somebody. He always looks for the young one. So girl, you need to do something. You need to do something, because all those Botox ain't working, because those stuff gets worn off every 3 months. Did you see how those people face look? Those Mar-a-Lago people face? Yeah, those people face gets them type of faces is twisted, because guess why? They go get all them damn injections. They inject every single aspect of them bodies, and still they look horrible. Oh girl, and this one here, this new press secretary, did you all guys see how she be looking on that TV? Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, somebody please bring Karina back. Where is that Karina, that Haitian sister who is in the White House there, the press secretary for the President Joe? Y'all need to get that sister back into that house, because that Mar-a-Lago face, she be looking something and she be confused, and she is there, somebody be telling her what to do, and that kid doesn't really learn anything. The kid is 25. What are you expecting from a 25-year-old? I was a mature 25 years old. A 25-year-old. Yeah, I used to be very mature. I was very smart at 25. But these ones here nowadays are those kind of like a Caroline, I tell you. And then you take this Caroline and then you pop into Caroline Middleton, and then you find all the recipes for disaster. Them damn people run the planet. I tell you guys, I need to focus on my road. You know, I just wanted to come out here to tell you guys a little bit about what Bulliam was planning with that divorce lawyer. So I'm just anticipating the proclamation of divorce is gonna be very quick here. It's gonna be the proclamation of independence for that guy there, Bulliam, the Prince Bulliam. Yes, so guys, I can't wait. I just can't wait. And I heard that robe, I call it robe, but guess what? Robe, la robe, that's a dress in French, so it is what it is. Get what you want. So that girl, her dress, apparently they were looking to see if that dress that she wore a few minutes ago sold out, but baby, ain't nobody dressing up in those kind of dresses out here, and nobody trying to spend their money on anything that Mambos wears, because girl be looking like one of them drawers that I do put my China plates in. That kind of dress that makes people look like little pieces of drawers. And nobody gonna spend their money. And if you look at the receipt, it's lots of money, and nobody gonna buy that dress, because the way that dress was made, I tell you, Princess Diana could have let those kind of dresses fly back, because guess what? She was the queen of people's hearts. It doesn't matter whatever she wore, she looked great. But this one here, yeah, those pieces of tables also. You know those tables with a red those pieces of tables with red wood. Do you know how those pieces of tables look? They look terrible. Those pieces of tables, they look like actually terrible. This light is kind of like taking forever. and that dude was looking into my camera like he was having any kind of business around here. You can't be looking at somebody's windshield like that. You know, I don't want to say nothing. Because I wanted to say something. I'm gonna shut up, let me mind my business and just try to be good girl and just focus on mambos and stuff. Guys, please subscribe to Isabella Bax channel, subscribe to my brother Baron's channel, that's the Royal Success, and the Isabella Bax channel is also called the Isabella Bax YouTube channel, okay? And I'm gonna talk to y'all guys again tomorrow. This traffic is coming to my face that I need to focus, because yeah, I don't know where these people coming from, but it's a lot of heck of people. It's a weekend in this morning. And I'm going somewhere. I can't tell you. I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. Bye for now.